And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It's PTSD Awareness Month, short for post-traumatic syndrome disorder. It can have long-term effects on people even if they don't realize it. Tonight, we're learning how it can take a toll on U.S. Army veterans. Joining us to talk about it, two Army veterans from the Camp Hope organization, the PTSD Foundation of America. Both are here, Justin Lewis and Dan Sola. Glad to have you both here on The Factor Uncensored. So, Dan, when did you realize I had PTSD, or you had PTSD, right?
Sure, yeah, well, you know, it took almost a decade after I got out of the military, a decade of struggling with all kinds of stuff, anxiety, isolation, depression, anxiety. I went through addiction, self-harm. I went through a lot of those issues and alienation from my family, a lot of issues, involvement with justice involvement, things of that nature. And, you know, went and finally asked for help at the hospital, at the VA, and was diagnosed, and it took a long time to get into treatment. But yeah, it was 10 years after I got out of the military before I knew.
And what was your rock bottom? Where did you go down that spiral that you said, I need help now? And be descriptive to us what you went through.
Yeah, absolutely. I had been alienated from my family. I had lost my career. I was at one point an addict, a heroin addict. I had gotten all that far down, from an educated man to an infantry combat veteran to a homeless heroin addict, you know.
And did you ever realize, I'm at my rock bottom now?
Oh boy. Yeah, I was at the bottom, for sure, but had no idea where to go. Like, the bottom just looked like there was more bottom below it, you know. So I definitely knew I was at the bottom, for sure.
And Justin, tell us about your journey, and when you left the military, when did your PTSD start?
It started pretty much right after combat situations that we had, my 2 combat tours. I didn't realize how much it was then that I do know now, that I've been at Camp Hope for the last going on 3 years. But it definitely started right after I got back home from deployments and decided to get out of the Army in 2011. And for me, it did take at least, 12 years before 10 years before I got to Camp Hope in 2020, so that I finally reached the rock bottom of being homeless and extreme isolation, where I was just to the point of homelessness. That's how much the isolation was, where I was homeless on the streets of Houston and sometime in California. And I was just homeless. I was out there all by myself, right down the road.
And it wasn't because of financial problems. It was because of what was going on inside your head.
Yes, sir. It was definitely what was going on inside my head. And now that I've been at Camp Hope working the steps that we have and going through the steps with my counselors, with my mentors, and I've been able to learn that I need to stop blaming everybody else for my situation and start looking more at me and how I can improve myself and move forward in my life.
And then, do you find that many people in the American public, or the public in general, just don't get PTSD yet? They'll say, yeah, okay, I understand, but they don't really realize the impact and the damage that it can do to one's life.
Sure, certainly. I think they're definitely beginning to see it now. Particularly, military-related PTSD and combat-related trauma is one that, people may not understand just the particular sacrifice that goes into, military service, especially at such a young age, experiencing that type of trauma. So it's something that the general public, just by sheer numbers, is incapable of understanding some of that sacrifice. But I think the more we're out there spreading awareness and letting people know about it, honestly, the better it's getting for us as veterans, and the better I think it's getting for the community.
And the incredible number of individuals who are veterans who commit suicide on a day-to-day basis is just astounding.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, that number is, every time they do the study again and again, that number goes up and up. And, before they were saying numbers like 22 a day, but that wasn't taking into account the many veterans whose lives are lost due to addiction-related issues, or DUIs, self-medication, things of that nature. So they're just counting strictly suicides. But we all know that people lose their lives prematurely to things other than direct suicide, and that's catching a much higher number than the public's even aware of.
And of course, the PTSD Foundation of America, Camp Hope, made quite a difference in your lives. For those who are interested in getting help, especially and mainly, specifically veterans, where can they go for more information, Dad?
Sure. So our website, www.ptsdusa.org, that's the best place to stop off. All over the country, we take veterans into our program. I came from Atlanta, Georgia. They flew me out to Houston right here and came into Camp Hope. We do that across the country. All bring them here to Houston. They get help. The journey starts there at ptsdusa.org.
And of course, you guys, before we wrap up, I mean, I can't say enough about the foundation. They don't give you a little stank-ass room and say,
No.
you know, get it together. You have like cottages where you can bring your families if necessary. So thank you guys for coming on, sharing this, and we appreciate you and what you guys are doing or did for this country. Still ahead.